Hello and welcome back into Jeff Comics. We're here today for the first of 4 play booster boxes of the latest set for Magic the Gathering, Marvel Superheroes. That's everything from the Marvel Cinematic Universe to many of the comics, all coming together in one spot. This is our first of 4 play booster boxes that we'll be opening on video for you. If you've seen any of our Magic openings in the past, you'll know already that for the first box of play boosters, we will go over some of the mechanics for some of the new players, or people that are maybe more into comics and aren't familiar with Magic and just want to see some of the mechanics of the cards and kind of see how they work a little bit. This video is for you. Of course, we're going to be looking at some of the great hits that we're able to get in the packs as well. If you're here just to enjoy that, feel free to sit back and relax for that as well. But yeah, there's plenty of stuff to unpack here with this newest set. So if you're a new player or just are getting into Magic for the first time, this is the video for you. We'll go over some of the mechanics. I'm not going to go over everything of the full syntax of stuff, but this is going to be kind of a overview of some of the keyword mechanics and stuff. Expecting that you know some of the basics, and we're just gonna hopefully have some good vibes. So for our first pack, we have it should be about 10 commons in the front, 10 commons and uncommons, and then we have, or rather 10 commons. It's about 3 uncommons and 1 to 2 rares in the back usually. So we have Web Up as our first enchantment here. Enters, exiles a non-land permanent until this leaves the battlefield. We have Rocks and Brutes with Menace, which is just a evergreen mechanic, so we won't go over that one. Basic land cycling is also pretty evergreen, but whenever you draw your second card each turn, put a +1/+1 counter on target creature. Very nice. We have Agent of Atlas, a 2-mana 2/2 with prowess, also evergreen. Hire a Crew, create a 2/1 black villain creature token with Menace, then creatures you control get +1/+0 until end of turn. A Hydraulic Helper with Defender, adds a blue mana. Giant Growth, a nice reprint that we always love to see. Target creature gets +3/+3 until end of turn. Ultron Drone, 6 mana as an ability for Power Up, and you can activate each Power Up ability only once, and you can reduce the cost by its mana cost if it enters this turn. So for 6 mana or 3 mana on the turn that this enters, put 2 +1/+1 counters on this creature and create a 2/2 robot villain. Nice. Spider-Woman, Secret Agent, 4 mana 1/4 with flash. When it enters, tap target creature and opponent controls. Can't become untapped for as long as you control Spider-Woman. Tigra, Feline Fury. Flash Trample, whenever you gain life, put a +1/+1 counter on it. Very, very nice as an uncommon legend. Crossbones, Malicious Mercenary. Death Touch 3/3, whenever another villain you control enters, put a +1/+1 counter on Crossbones. Ooh, and we have Mr. Fantastic, Reed Richards. We went over this in the Collector Booster box, but there are multiple kind of tableaus that are created with multiple cards here. So our Mr. Fantastic here is one of 4 cards that would be laid out as such for each of the Fantastic Four. So we can put this aside and see if maybe we can assemble that little tableau. We have Baron Helmut Zemo, a absolute classic, you know. And we have Mr. Fantastic Reed Richards, but in his regular art as well. Now we have a classic of foil, land, and a token, sometimes a dual face card replacement, so that we can play with just no sleeves in the pack. But that's already pack 1. Nothing crazy as of yet, but we wouldn't expect it off of just the first pack. Hydra Troopers. We have Crowd of True Believers. We have AIM Scientists. When this creature enters, it connives. We haven't seen that mechanic in maybe a tiny bit. So you draw a card, then discard a card. If you discard a non-land card, you put a +1/+1 counter on this creature. And it has basic land cycling. It's also discard, search your library for a land, put it to hand. Hour of Defeat with Surveil, also a pretty evergreen mechanic. Gorilla, you'll love to see it. Sack this creature, destroy target non-creature artifact or non-creature enchantment, only as a sorcery. Repulsor Blast. Teamwork 2. This is a, I believe, returning mechanic, or it may actually be new. I'm not sure that I've seen Teamwork all too much. As an additional cost to cast this spell, you may tap any number of creatures you control with total power 2 or more. And then Repulsor Blast deals 5 damage to target creature. If this spell is cast using Teamwork, it also deals 2 damage to that creature's controller. Very nice. We have the Wakandan Royal Guard. We have Hercules, Prince of Power. He also has a power-up ability for 5 mana. Put a +1/+1 counter on Hercules. It gains Vigilance, Indestructible, and Haste until end of turn. Ooh, Loki. Okay. You got the Loki that is 1 in a tap. You can cast, or whenever you cast your next instant or sorcery with mana value less than or equal to Loki's power this turn, copy it, choose new targets for the copy. And you can power up to put 2 +1/+1 counters on Loki to make him bigger. Sweet. Grim Reaper, Lethal Legionnaire. When he attacks, you can pay 4. If you do, you can return a creature from the graveyard to the battlefield tapped and attacking with a finality counter on it. Very, very nice. And especially as an uncommon legend, you can make this into a pretty easy pauper commander with a bunch of common cards and have something nice and easy to play. We have Super Adaptoid. Power is equal to the number of legendary creatures you control. And whenever it enters or attacks, you can choose another target creature if that creature has haste. Super Adaptoid and Super Adaptoid doesn't. Put a haste counter on it. Same thing for flying, first strike, double strike, death touch, indestructible, lifelink, menace, reach, trample, and vigilance. So keyword soup. If you have some more keyword soup creatures enter, you can just have some counters get put on Super Adaptoid to make Super Adaptoid have those abilities. Ooh, and we have the Sentry, Golden Guardian. Flying, Vigilance, Indestructible, 5/5 for 4 mana. Already pretty great, but it does have a little bit of a downside. When it enters, target opponent creates the Void, a legendary 5/5 Black Horror villain creature token with flying and indestructible. So no Vigilance compared to this. But the Void also has the Void attacks each combat if able. Very nice. We have the Rocks and Brutes in foil. The AIM Labs in foil. Let's see, we'll kind of keep all this a little better organized. And our token. Yeah, we could put the Sentry to the side even. Sentry's not a bad hit at all. Looks like we'll be using just the little pull tabs on these. Is this the Japanese printing? It might be. Yep. Sometimes the Japanese packs made in Japan are a tiny bit harder to open along the back side, so using that pull tab is usually the way to go. Crowd of True Believers, once again. Cruel Alliance with Teamwork 2. Helicarrier Strike, also Teamwork. Ant-Man's Army. Whenever this creature enters, create a food or a treasure. Hawkeye's Bow. I am Iron Man. Until end of turn, target artifact or creature becomes a artifact creature with base power and toughness 4/4 and gains flying. Draw a card. Any questions? And we have ourselves Hulk Smash. Choose one, or if you cast it using Teamwork, choose both. Destroy a non-creature artifact, or target creature you control deals deals damage equal to its power to a target creature an opponent controls. Ooh, Black Widow, Double Agent. White Tiger, with a power-up to create the Tiger God for 4 Cat God creature token, with the Tiger God can't be blocked by more than one creature. You got Speedball, New Warrior. Luke Cage, Power Man, with Unbreakable Skin. Whenever he attacks alone, he gets +2/+0 and gains Indestructible until end of turn. Ooh, the Wondrous Wasp. Flash Flying. When it enters, tap up to 1 target creature. It loses all abilities for as long as the Wondrous Wasp remains on the battlefield. It's a nice little 2-mana pseudo removal spell. Put that with the Sentry. And then Hero in Training, Subterranean Cliff, or Cavern, or Subterranean Cavern. I said subcutaneous. As if that is what we relate to geology. Not at all. We have Agents of Hydra. Shield, Deployment Drone. Panther Pounce. Kree Sentinel. Restorative Technique, that's always a good one. Super Suit. I know this isn't The Incredibles or anything, but honey, where is my super suit? Where is it? Surveillance Room with a little Nick Fury, though. We got War Machine. We got Baron Strucker. We got Evil's Thrall. Gain control of target creature until end of turn. If you control a villain with greater mana value than that creature, gain control of that creature until the end of your next turn instead. Untap it, gains haste. That's a solid one. Khazar of the Savage Land. The Astonishing Ant-Man. Sweet. We can make that many 1/1 green insect creature tokens. Remove any number of +1s from him. Nice. We got Hulkling in foil. Ooh, we got ourselves a full art forest. Looks like Black Panther fighting... I'm not exactly sure. We got a little snake in the foreground, though, too. Lovely. Now that we've seen most of the mechanics, with power up and teamwork being the main ones, we might go a little faster going on through these. Hellcarrier Strike. More power up. We say the nay. Restorative Technique again. Surveillance Room. Reptile. Dinomorpher. Until end of turn, it becomes a 3/5 with Vigilance and Reach, or until end of turn, it can become Colossal Dreadmaw, 6/6 with Trample. That's something. Yeah. Robot Domination. Truck Toss. Actually, before we move on, Robot Domination is, as we kind of went over in the collector boosters, but I don't think we've touched on here, one of the plan enchantments that we haven't seen too much of in the past. Whenever one or more creature cards are put into a graveyard from anywhere, draw a card, you lose a life, and you put a plan counter on this enchantment. When the third plan counter is put on this enchantment, sacrifice it and create 3 2/2 colorless robot villain artifact creature tokens. So all of the plan enchantments have that similar effect to have a triggered ability when something happens, and part of that ability will put a plan counter on the enchantment. And then when there's a certain number of plan counters on the plan, it'll have a nice effect like this one where you create 3 2/2s. We have ourselves a Truck Toss. Nice. Black Panther Vanguard. Moon Girl and Devil Dinosaur. And Madame Mask. Ooh, and that's a lovely little Merfolk token, if we can get it to focus. Really doesn't want to. There we go. Little coral reef below them. Fantastic. Right, Agents of Hydra, frozen in ice. We see Cap. Wrapped Security Officer, Rocks and Brutes. Go Nuts. Got Squirrel Girl here. Kree Sentinel. We say the nay. Call Damage Control. Yeah, that's about right. We got Mr. Fantastic once again. The Baxter Building for our Fantastic Four. Yellow Jackets. Heartless Marauder. And our rare for the pack, we have Electra, Daughter of the Hand. It has Sneak for 3. You may cast a spell for 3 mana if you also return an unblocked attacker you control to your hand during the Declare Blocker step. Exchange your tapped and attacking. And when Electra enters, destroy target creature and opponent controls with power 3 or less. Sweet. Ultron Drone in foil. Got ourselves a foil forest and a soldier. Brave Brawler, Unliving Legionnaire, Shield Deployment Drone, Crimson Operative, with Prowess, which we've seen quite a bit. Giant Growth, Lightning Strike, Ultron Drone, Grim Reaper once again, Speed, Young Avenger, Whenever you cast a non-creature, you can pay 1. If you do, target creature with haste can't be blocked this turn except by creatures with haste. We have something coming up here. We have first, though, Patriot Shield Wielder. And we have Monstrous Rage, one of the Marvel source material cards, I believe. Monstrous Rage being a reprint. Target creature gets +2/+0 until end of turn and create a monster roll token attached to it. Ooh! Got ourselves a mythic and a mythic. Tony Stark. Dual-faced Tony Stark. 2 mana, 1/3 with 1 in a tap. Look at the top 4 cards of your library. You can reveal a artifact from among them, put it to hand, rest in the bottom, and for 6 mana you can transform Tony only as a sorcery, or you can just straight up cast him for 6 on the backside, which is, of course, the invincible Iron Man. Flying haste 5/5 for 6. At the beginning of combat on your turn, you may put a artifact card from your hand onto the battlefield. If it's an equipment, you can automatically attach it to the invincible Iron Man. We love to see it. Ooh, and we also love to see a little Brooklyn Bridge saving action. Nice. It's always nice to be able to do dual face cards where, especially for superheroes, just their normal identity and their superhero identity on the front and back. It just feels very, very nice. Very flavorful as well. We have Miss Marvel, Kamala Khan. Vigilance Reach, you have no max hand size. Whenever you cast a spell that targets a creature you control, draw a card until end of turn. Miss Marvel gains base power is equal to the number of cards in your hand. A foil repulsor blast. Ooh, we have Stark Industries. Nice little making sense there with Iron Man doing his repulsor and Stark Industries. And a hero or robot villain. Got some more Ninja of the Hand. Take up the shield. Vision of Love. That's, Vision and Wanda. Rapid Rescue. Ooh, Blazing Crescendo. Looks like part of one of the larger tableaus, not just the Fantastic Four tableau. I think there's 3 tableaus in total. This might be the 12 card one that's 3x4 if I had to guess. With some of the villains, I believe. But Blazing Crescendo. Nice. Put that aside with Mr. Fantastic over there. We have Patriots, Falcon's Wing Harness, Shield Helicarrier, and our rare. Nope, another. We had 3 uncommons. Interesting. Doom Reigns Supreme is another plan, but a rare plan. Whenever a villain you control enters, each opponent loses a life and you gain a life, and you put a plan counter on this enchantment as expected. And when the 5th plan counter is put on this enchantment, sacrifice it. When you do, target opponent exiles the top 5 cards of their library. You may cast up to 2 spells from among the exiled cards without paying their mana costs. Very, very nice. Murdoch's Crusade. Teamwork, and you can choose one or the other. Or both, if you teamwork. Project Deathlock Warrior. Super Suit. Undercover Scroll. Powerful Broker. Doc Samson. Kang. Hex Magic. Justice. And we got Thor, God of Thunder. 5 mana, 5/5. Flying. When it enters, exile target equipment, instant, or sorcery card from your graveyard. Until the end of your next turn, you may play that card. Whenever you cast a non-creature spell, Thor deals damage equal to that spell's mana value to any target. Yeah, this Thor is an absolute beast, and I'm sure I will be losing to it many a time, in Commander especially, because that's a very strong ability. Machine Smith Automaton, Mountain, and a Leviathan. That's fun. We're a food, and we got some burritos. Atlantis attacks. Hey, we got that same little Leviathan here. Let's see. Yep, target player creates that Leviathan token that we had just seen. Very fitting to have those back to back. Atlantis Attacks, Brave Brawler, Hydra Infiltration, Helicarrier Strike, Lightning Strike, Super Strength, Depower, Shuri, Ronin, Black Widow, and ooh, we have ourselves a rare land, Dark Fortress. I do like these, even though they're not fetchable, so because they don't have, for instance, Swamp Mountain written in the land type. But they do tap for either of your colors as long as you control a basic land, or just a colorless if you have no basics. Oh, we have ourselves Jennifer Walters. So we have two rares, or rather a rare and a mythic. We love to see it. We love to see it. Jennifer Walters, 2 mana. Your opponents can't cast spells during your turn. And 6 mana total to transform only as a sorcery, or play them for 6 on the backside right away. And we have, of course, the sensational She-Hulk. 6 mana, 6/6, reach trample. Same thing of your opponents can't cast spells during your turn. Whenever a creature you control is dealt damage, you may have the sensational She-Hulk deal that much damage to any target, but only once each turn. That is a pretty nice card. If you're interested in getting any of the cards that you're seeing here as well, while we're opening some stuff up, individual cards you can get at jaffcomics.tcgplayerpro.com. The link is in the description there. There's all kinds of trading card games that Jaff Comics carries, and you'd be supporting your local game store by ordering there. Of course, if you're interested in sealed products, trying to get some nice hits like we might see here with the Abomination, Terrifying Titan, you can get some sealed products at jaffcomics.com. There's also a link on there. Ooh, a little Ultron as well. There's a link on Jaff Comics as well, and in the description to TCG Player for those singles. If you're looking for any kind of TCGs, Lorcana, Riftbound, Pokemon, among many others, or any number of other action figures, comics, check out Jaff Comics and support your local game store. But here we do have Ultron, Artificial Malevolence. 3 mana, 2/4, with whenever another non-token artifact you control enters, you may pay 2. If you do, you create a token that's a copy of it. If the token isn't a creature, it becomes a 2/2 in addition to its other types. Very, very strong. Take up the shield. Ooh, we have a foil part of the tableau. Very nice. I think that's the 3rd tableau. This looks like it's the one that is like the Avengers Endgame fight with Thanos, if I do recall correctly. But we only have a small part of it. We'll put it to the side and see if we can assemble more, though. And we do have a lovely little island with probably like Santa Monica Pier. Sweet. Looks very nice. About halfway through this box, feeling like we got some nice stuff so far. See if we can keep it going or even up the game with something even better. Bullseye, Invisible Woman. Ooh, we got the Vision. Lots of colorless legendary creatures that are giving you more options for Commander especially. The Vision, of course, is a 4 mana 2/5 Flying Vigilance. Whenever you cast a non-creature spell, choose one that hasn't been chosen this turn. You can either give Vision double strike until end of turn, give him indestructible till end of turn, or draw a card. We got Serpent Specialist, a Mountain, and a Soldier. Scientists, Our Defeats, Falcon Claw, ooh, Killmonger, Human Torch, Johnny Storm, which if we only got the tableau version to be able to put next to Mr. Fantastic over there. Ooh, but we got Cloak and Dagger, Entwined. A little bit of Marvel Rivals. I've seen these folks floating around. Death Touch Lifelink, 2/2 for 3 mana. Whenever they enter, choose target opponent and up to 1 target creature they control. They reveal their hand. You can exile a non-land card from their hand of the chosen or the chosen creature until Cloak and Dagger leave the battlefield. Ooh, we have ourselves a foil She-Hulk / Jennifer Walters. It's also nice. And a forest with, looks like, some nice... Oh, yeah, that's probably got to be Killmonger and the Black Panther. Hell yeah. We got Red Wing and Zabu. Next up, we got... I mean, you just have so many legendary creatures to be able to choose from in every single pack. It's fantastic. Ooh, including Taskmaster, Mercenary Mimic. I do recall that this Taskmaster is actually pretty playable. 4 mana, 3/5, beginning of your first main phase until your next turn. Taskmaster becomes a copy of up to one target creature on the battlefield or creature card in a graveyard, except his name is Taskmaster, and he's a legendary human mercenary villain creature. So if you can just dump a big old creature into your graveyard or mill your opponents, so that way they put some nice creatures for Taskmaster to become copies of, that's going to be a really, really playable card for sure. Frozen in Ice. We got the Vibranium Energy Daggers, Reptile, and Agent Phil Coulson. We love to see him. Oh, and another Tony Stark. All right. Oh, and a third rare in the pack. That is, I mean, that's what we love to see, isn't it? It'd be nice if we got something other than Iron Man, because we already got one of him, but you know what? We do take 3 rares in a pack for sure. I do know that we do that. Absolutely. Murdoch's Crusade that we've seen. I think we've seen most of the commons. Maybe not some of the uncommons like Captain America Living Legend yet. But Fin Fang Foom. 4 mana, 3/5. Whenever you cast an instant sorcery that targets an artifact or land, copy it. Choose new targets to the copy. And put 2 +1/+1 counters on Fin Fang Foom. Decoy Ploy, Super Strength, Herbie, Moonstone, Echo. Ooh, Origin of the Avengers. We have ourselves an Enchantment Saga for 2 mana. Chapter 1 lets you scry 2. Chapter 2 is you may put a hero creature with mana value 3 or less from your hand onto the field. If you don't, you draw a card. And Chapter 3, put a +1/+1 counter on each creature you control. Very playable, for sure. Let's make these piles maybe the slightest bit better here. Yeah, that'll do it. Alrighty. Shield Spy Kit, Hulk Smash, Wiccan. Okay. Captain Marvel, Earth's Protector. We got Flash, Flying, Lifelink, 5/4 for 5 with a power up for 7. Put a +1/+1 counter on and an indestructible counter on Captain Marvel. Hell yeah. Ooh, and Training Compound in foil. Yeah. Another one of those lands that if you control basic, can tap for either of the colors. Web up. We say the nay. Okoye. Gotta love Okoye. And you make 2 soldiers. Ooh, we got Nick Fury, Agent of S.H.I.E.L.D. Powers up for 5 mana. Put 2 +1/+1 counters on him. Look at the top 7 cards of your library. You can put a hero, equipment, or vehicle from among them onto the field. If it's a double-faced card, you can transform it and put the rest on the bottom of your library in a random order. Ooh, and Thor Odinson, swinging around Mjolnir like it's nobody's business. He's got Flying Vigilance and double prowess for 5 mana on a 4/4. Yeah. Sick. Giant size Flying Ant, Hulk Smash, Villainous Hideout. Ooh, we got Invisible Woman, Sue Storm. Unfortunately, I think kind of the opposite corner from Mr. Fantastic here. But we'll see if we can assemble more of the tableau for that one. We do, though, have Captain America, Wings of Freedom. Flying First Strike, Ward 1. Whenever he attacks, each other hero you control gets +X/+X until end of turn, where X is Cap's toughness. Starts out as just a 3/1. But I'm sure there's ways to just make him gigantic and make all your other creatures gigantic. Down to about, looks like 9 packs left. Kind of fly through the last of them for this box so we can get on to some of the others. Got Vision Quest. Search your library and or graveyard for an artifact creature with mana value X or less, put it onto the battlefield with X additional +1/+1 counters. And if X is 4 or greater, gains haste until end of turn. If you search your library this way, shuffle. And then Wolverine, Fierce Fighter. Can deal some damage that would be dealt to him instead. And all other damage being already dealt to him is healed. Love to see it. Ooh, and Kang in foil. Sweet. Oh, we got a little something at the end here. Take up the shield. This time in non-foil. Agent 13. We have Swordman, Iron Fist. Ooh, Madam Hydra. Alright, alright. Whenever you cast a villain, make another villain. And the Armor Wars. Classy. Remember this one being pretty good. Or you may draw a card for each artifact you control. If you do, each opponent draws a card. So for 4 mana and you have a bunch of artifacts in blue-red, so say you're playing a Joyra deck where you have just a billion artifacts out, yeah, you'll want to draw a ton of cards and give your opponent maybe just one each to be able to do that. Artifact spells you can cast cost 1 less, and it deals damage to target opponent where X is the greatest mana value among artifacts you control. Very, very nice and playable one. U.S. Agent John Walker, Mountain, and a Wakandan Soldier. We have, Secret Invasion. A little scroll action. 3 mana, enchant creature you control. Aura enters, exile up to 1 target creature other than the enchanted creature until this aura leaves the battlefield. Enchanted creature becomes a copy of that creature until this aura leaves the battlefield, and the enchanted creature has Ward 2. That's actually pretty fun. Kind of scrollify one of your own creatures and take something else hostage. Very nice. Synthoids? Synthoids. Aim Synthoids. 6 packs left. Thor Odinson, Mr. Hyde, Rewrite History, Mole Man, Moloid Master. Play lands from your graveyard, landfall, create a minion, and when the minion enters, or rather attacks, you may mill a card. Got Patriot, Hell's Kitchen, and a Wall. Drone Flock, Go Nuts, Ultron Drone, Luke Cage. Ooh, Iron Man Armor. A Mythic. 3 mana and equip 2. Whenever the equipment enters, you can attach it to target creature you control. The equipped creature gets +2/+1 and has flying. And for 2, if this equipment isn't a creature, you can it becomes a 0/0 construct hero artifact creature with flying, and this creature gets +1/+1 for each artifact you control until end of turn. So 2 mana can automate the armor into a construct, which is fun. Sweet. Yeah, we can put that in the nice pile. Vibranium Energy Daggers, a Plains, a Leviathan. Agents of Hydra, Dark Deed, White Widow, Red Hulk, and Hawkeye. Master Marksman. Whenever he becomes tapped, you can choose to pay 1 up to 3 times. If you do, you can choose that many. Very nice. Down to our last 3 packs of the box. It's been a good one so far. Let's see if we can end with a bang. It's definitely possible. Got Shuri, Madam Hydra, Khazar, and Worlds Within Worlds. Let's see, it's 7 mana and Simic, so I'm expecting something incredible. Exile all creatures. Each player may put any number of creature cards from their hand onto the battlefield, then put all cards exiled this way into their owner's hands, and then Exile Worlds Within Worlds. Yeah, that's very Simic, for sure. Futurist Forge, a Swamp, and a Dual Face card placeholder. Depower. Ooh, we got something. Yellowjack, Team Tactics, She-Hulk. Oh, there we go. A little bit of next to last pack magic. We got Storm, Force of Nature. 1 green, blue, red. This is a reprint of the Secret Lair exclusive Storm that we saw like a year and change ago. Flying Vigilance. Whenever Storm deals combat damage to a player, the next instant or sorcery spell you cast this turn has Storm. So you're copying it for each other spell you've cast that turn. And it's a 3/4. Yeah, great little hit there. Ooh, we also get the Serpent Society as well. Death Touch. Ward get 5 poison counters. Ooh. 3 mana, 3/4. Whenever another creature you control with Death Touch dies, each opponent sacks a non-token creature of their choice. Ooh-wee. That is quite good. Got ourselves a Super Strength, Aim Labs, and a Hero. Our last pack of the box. It's been a fun one. Again, if you're interested in getting any of the singles that you see here, the singular cards, the Storm, the Serpent Society, anything else, check out jaffcomics.tcgplayerpro.com. The link is in the description of this video, as we also get ourselves a training compound. Lovely little full art land here. And if you're interested in getting any of the sealed product of this set for Magic the Gathering, or any other TCG that we have in store, check us out in store, jaffcomics.com, or online. Support your local game store and get yourself some of this new set because it is pretty dang nice. That's all for this one. And again, this is only the first of our 4 Play Booster boxes. So make sure to get subscribed, leave us a like to let us know how we're doing. And we'll see you in the next one. Thanks for hanging around. Bye for now.